Welcome back. It's time now for your Sunday Money. Now, most of us have digital assets, whether we know it or not. However, many times planning for digital assets is overlooked, even when it involves financial or business assets. So joining us now is Money Man Paul Fain to talk about your digital assets. So let's go ahead and give this definition, because living in the world, the millennials, the technology that we use, some people may not realize that what they have falls into this category.
I think that's really true, Leslie, because, you know, people all the time now create their own websites. Maybe it's for a little side hustle or their primary business. You've got, you know, personal email accounts and digital email accounts. We've got all the social media, and we transact a lot of business online, whether it's eBay or Amazon or via PayPal and other services. So all of these are what we would call your digital assets.
Now, unfortunately, you do have to think about a time when maybe you might die or a family member might there might be a death, and you wonder, back in the day, you kind of like kept all those papers and stuff written down, but now, like, I don't know that my husband knows my password to this or that, or mom or dad.
Well, exactly. Back in the day, we had folders and filing cabinets, or maybe even a safe deposit box or a safe at home. But now everything, like you're saying, is uses a personal identification or a password, and we're adding and deleting accounts all the time. So, your personal representative or your heirs, what are they going to do?
They don't know anything.
Right.
Plus, you got to change it half the time when you're like me and you forget what your password is. So it changes pretty often.
Right.
Just planning for the future. So in case that does happen, what is the best way to go about that?
I think it starts with creating an inventory, like we're talking about not having. It's creating an inventory of all these digital assets, where they're located. For example, a lot of folks now will scan in their history of their tax returns and their estate documents, or maybe their medical records. On which device, a digital asset's also your devices, on which device is this located, and what's the file structure to get to those. And that could be, you know, important photographs and videos and keepsakes that you're now keeping in the digital world.
You know, some people, should they reach out to an attorney or somebody to keep track of that information with maybe their will as well? Great question.
It is definitely an estate planning topic. In a will or a trust, you want to address digital assets. And sometimes it's just a paragraph, Leslie, that addresses the what and the who. You want to name a, personal representative. It could be your executor, it could be a trustee, it could be someone, it could be also included in your power of attorney, and that power of attorney that you name has got that access to all this information.
It's really changed the way technology has with social media and cell phones, with how we store this information. You kind of forget how important that is.
Yeah, you really do, and most people actually just don't think about it. And there's a lot of ways to store it. I was telling my son about this topic, and I mentioned a CD, and he was like, what? Compact disc is still on some computers. You could burn a disc, but it could be on a flash drive. You could print a hard copy. You could still store it in your safe deposit box. But there's also a lot of cloud services. Now, nothing's ever perfect, but encrypted, secure, cloud-based services that you could create your backup of all these digital assets, let your personal representative know as a part of your estate plan.
Yeah, it's important. We never like to think about dying or someone passing on, but it's really important.
This one really is. And, state and federal laws are starting to catch up and address these rules, and you want to read your social media, read the fine print, because it would talk about how much access your family has if you're incapacitated.
Paul, really great topic today. Thank you.